Alright, welcome back to the Figure Trap. My name is Saga, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Masterverse, Masters of the Universe, Revelations Faker figure. You might notice that the box is a little bit jacked up. If you watch my toy hunt, then you would know that I came across two of these guys, and the boxes were jacked up on both of them. But I ain't going to pass it up because it's a Target exclusive, and who knows if I'm going to come across it again, although I've seen them a lot more since then. But yeah, so big window here that shows off all the different accessories and stuff. Yeah, pretty cool. I've been waiting for this figure, anticipating it for a while, so let's get it on the table and crack this baby open.
The figure trap, 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 trap.
Alright, as I said, the box is a little smashed on the top part here, says Masterverse, and then you have this stuff that no one reads, and on the back you got a cool little picture of Faker, and then you got this little write up right here. Feel free to go back, pause, and read that. Faker on the side, Faker on this side, and yeah, that's a wrap for the box. So visually, this figure really is appealing to me. I like the different colors, the oranges, and the weird like Terminator style that they went with. There's a lot of flesh peeling away from the body and whatnot, and kind of little parts of metal all the way through it. The hair's got a pretty cool wash on it, which I really didn't expect them to put that much wash on the hair. It looks really nice actually. Yeah, so there's like a little bit of detail back here where you can see the flesh is kind of peeling back on the back of the neck. Good detail on this little gauntlet thing. It'd be cool if they would have painted those like a silver color, and maybe even the belt. But at a $20 price point, I guess you sacrifice a little bit. So there's good paint on the top part, a lot more it seems than the rest. Like the eyes look really good. He's got really correct looking red eyes. But on this lower part, not so much paint, but the boots is really where you start getting paint again, but it's kind of just cast from that point. Um, yeah, and there's good detail on the boots for sure. I mean, they could have had more paint, but you know, this foot has something going on. What the heck? Um, yeah, that one seems normal. Here I am discovering stuff about the figure while you guys are on screen. You know what? Let's take a short break. All right, so I figured out what was going on. So mine came with the boot and the foot completely backwards and spun the wrong direction. So when you get yours, if it's standing funny, just know that you probably need to spin one of the feet like around, cuz yeah, that was completely backwards. But yeah, he's standing up a lot better now. I was gonna knock him off some points when it came to articulation because I thought there was something wonky with the ankles. Let's check the head. Okay, so we get that much up, not a whole lot. Down, you get a pretty good down. I mean, yeah, you can get a solid pose with him looking down. And then the arms, you get like 360 here on the bicep or the shoulder, and then yeah, and then if I can get my hands on it, the bicep actually does 362. And then on the elbow here, yeah, so this one thing I noticed with these elbows is they're double jointed elbow, but you can't bend it any more than that. See how that's the plastic stops it? So you got double jointed elbows, but what are you going to use them for when you can't bend it any farther than that? The wrist goes forward and back, and it really doesn't go up and down, so you're not going to really hold the sword in the pose you need. The ab crunch articulation, pretty decent. I mean, that's pretty standard as far as back, but he gets a good forward. So a lot of the poses you're gonna get with this guy is gonna be leaning forward and looking down, for sure. Yeah. So we got spin at the waist, probably about 360. Yep, 360. You get them all the way around. Okay, and then at the leg, you get this ball joint inside of here that is pretty standard and swivels both directions. At the knees, you get double joint, and at least you can kind of use them here. I mean, you hit the boot a little bit, but at least you get like pretty decent amount of bend. He's not gonna kick his own, but we're able to like use it for something. And then here's them ankles. Now I don't know. I don't think that these really have like rocker ankle. Um, I mean, if it is there, it doesn't work very good. Look at that. See that like how these legs are. I mean, I don't know if they're trying to be like reminiscent of the original figures that had that weird stance, but yeah, it bounces out like that every time. Almost like a spring. So yeah, that's something you're gonna deal with too. So I would say he has decent articulation, but you'll have a little trouble with standing, and a few of your joints are gonna hit each other. So okay, so here he is with his alternative head, his first alternative head, where he doesn't have any flesh peeling away, and he's got the red eyes there. You can see this is when he's really hiding out as He-Man. I like this head. I think I will probably go with the half melted face, but yeah. Okay, so a quick note, something I want to point out is this plastic feels a lot cheaper than the rest of the other plastic. Like it almost feels like you're gonna like pop or break this thing off when you stick the head in. Um, yeah, that's just something that I wanted to point out. You might want to be a little bit careful with. So okay, so now we got him here with his full-on Terminator head. The Faker style power sword and his orange and gray shield. Yeah, you're not gonna get that pose like I said. I have the power because he doesn't have that up and down articulation. Yeah, so really cool looking Terminator style head. And, you know, you got his shield here, but that hand does not want to go inside of that shield to hold the top part. And I tried putting on this one, which seems like it's the hand that you would use for that, but it doesn't really work very good either. Um, yeah, so we got his orange harness on. One thing to point out about this harness is that it kind of hinders the head articulation when you pop this on. It like pinches down and really limits it. Then we got some extra hands. We got the backhand hand where you can smack people down if you need to, because you would think that would go there, but it's on this side. It would have been better as the other one. Bayo, bayo, backhand, baby. Yeah, so got that. All right, let's take a look at accessories. All right, starting off with the Faker Power Sword, you can see there's a little bit of bend. That probably wouldn't be too hard to straighten out, though. You got good paint on the blade. You got paint on the handle right here. You got some orange cast. Yeah, so that guy's cool. I really like the color on the shield, how it's all matte. I mean, that's really cool. They could have done the straps in brown, I guess. Then you got the first harness that he was wearing. This is what he came with. Yeah, it's cool. I only had to pop off just one of these to get it off of him, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so we got that. Okay, one thing to point out that I didn't notice in articulation during articulation is that he actually has butterfly joints that are kind of hidden and tucked in there. I didn't see it, but yeah, that's cool. That'll give him a lot more upper body articulation. So, yep. Okay, here we have him next to Captain Cody from Black Series and Marvel Legends Wolverine with the gray goatee. And yeah, you can see he kind of towers over both of them. And I think these are all 6-inch scale, so yeah. All right, and then we have him next to 5.5 scale Skeletor and 7-inch scale Classics Plunder. And you can see he's kind of as tall as Plunder, so he's standing tall at like 7-inch scale almost. Okay, you have been judged and weighed, sir. So, what do I think about this guy? I think he's colorful. I think he's articulated well enough to be fun. He has a few issues, but nothing that I can't get over. So, I would recommend him to other people. I like him, and I will see you guys on the next episode of
The Figure Trap, Trap, Trap.